Greetings ladies and gents, welcome back to the Craft Hammer. I'm your host Stefan, and in today's video we're going to be doing a super quick update on the Bretonnian project, which when I was planning out my videos over the next while, I didn't realize that this would actually be coming out on Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas. Before you have too many drinks, don't forget to subscribe and like this video, really helps us out. And we'll just give the quickest flash update of what's going on, in particular to the amount of troops that I've been building over the past few days. And technically I'm filming this the week before Christmas to try and get it edited before the festivities happen, and unfortunately I won't be able to focus on anything craft-wise over the holidays. I will be celebrating, so this might be one of the last few things that I'm able to wrap up before the new year, and we have plenty more content to come out soon. Before rushing on too far ahead, obviously the Bretonnian and Old World project is slow going. As you will see, I have a lot of troops that I've been building and they're still in the process. When it comes to the new year, there will be a video apparently on the 1st of January, which again, I did not realize that me wanting to release a video every Wednesday meant that I needed one for these holiday days when most of us are relaxing and having a good time, not having to work. So I'm kind of trying to rush this beforehand. And for those of you who are interested in Warhammer 40k, and more particularly if you're interested in figuring out what new army, or if you're a brand new player to the setting as a whole, I will be releasing a how to start your own Space Marine, or not Space Marine, Warhammer 40k faction on the 1st of January. And then I'm hoping that I will continue a bit of work on this and give you another update in January for the Bretonnians. But again, there is a lot to do. Even while I was building this, I also had to build quite a number of Space Marines for my Black Templar force. For those of you who are curious, I am trying to get specifically using units from the Black Templars to actually be able to play a painted army, first for 1000 point tournaments, and of course I'm hoping to get to Grand Tournament 2k points. So that is another thing that is currently going on and building at the same time. So a lot of work to do, and let's quickly go into what I've managed to build so far for the Bretonnian army, what else I need to do, and what we'll be doing in the new year. First and foremost, apart from my test model that I started with the actual, I think it's the Baron or whatever the leader is on the Pegasus Knight. He is the only knight that I've actually been building because I thought I wanted to make sure to get the troops out on foot, fully built and painted, because otherwise there's so many of them. It's one of those things that is a difficult, motivating project to undertake. There is a lot of building for small pieces, and of course this will take quite a while to paint. I'm going to have a huge session just to prime these alone. But first of all, we have managed to build all the archers, which look decent enough. We have the spearmen, which were unnecessarily difficult because of the way the joint at their spear arm is. It's not really easily put in there, or it really falls out. And as you might have noticed, I've decided to split them into 3 blocks so that I have the ability to use these models in front, which are of course things that are to be made into musicians, standard bearers. I believe they're called yeomans, like the the sergeant of the groups, or the champions of the groups. The reason why I wanted to split it into 3 is that I only need to make 6 of the, say, musicians for example, and then I can use some of the spare bodies to fill in some missing holes at the back. For example, all the archers, they are 5 wide. They should be 3 deep, but unfortunately they're missing 2 on each thing, so I'm hoping there's enough bodies there to kind of fill in those gaps. I do have 1 spear and 1 bowman that is spare from making these groups even, so that will help. So there is a lot of work. I've only managed to do 2 of these pointy stick fences. I can't particularly remember what they're called. They're obviously there to protect the archers from being charged, or I don't know if the spear guys can also use them. So there is a lot of work to do. I do also have the handmaiden of the lady. We have this blister pack. I just thought it looks really cool. I don't particularly know all of the effects and magic that she might be using. It is just because it's a cool looking model, and I do plan to also get the named character that is on the horse for the handmaidens, so that will be something in the future. But yes, there is no knights in the army at the moment. The next plan is obviously to finish off these guys with the musicians and the spearmen and archers, and then I will be doing a similar, I don't know if you can see there, it is a sand texture that I have. It's a sand paste, and I need to paste this entire army before I get it to prime, which obviously the intent is sometime in January. There is going to be a lot of work to try and get this done. Now when it comes to paint, I am actually now in between two options. The first is either a light baby blue, or like a light grey baby blue, or a light green, with the intent that if I go with green, all the shields will either have the Space Wolves logo or the Salamanders logo, and then if I go with grey light blue, that will have the Space Wolves logo. So that's kind of where I'm thinking that the troops will be part of the Baron's own personal kingdom, and they will have either a Salamander's logo or a Space Wolves logo as their particular design. And then of course the knights will probably be a mixture of random colors and different heraldry for them. So a lot to say and a lot to do, definitely a lot more to do. I am also dreading having to do the shields because they're obviously not easy to, if I'm going to glue them on before I prime, then it's going to make painting even more difficult. So I've decided to leave them off, but that is a lot of shields, as you can see from all these troops. So yeah, that is the current update. Short and sweet. I'll try and give you another update in January when we have hopefully all the bases pasted and everyone built and everything ready for priming. For now, do stay tuned for the 1st of January when we're doing the how to choose your Warhammer 40k faction, and it's going to be a hot topic since I disagree a lot with the statement that the only thing that you need to worry about is the rule of cool, and if you think an army is cool, that is going to be, I'm sure, a pain point for some people. Of course, more updates for the Bretonnians, more updates for the Space Marines, and of course more tournaments. So stay tuned. If you do have any sort of topic that you want me to discuss for Warhammer in general, do let me know. I will obviously look and see if I have any interesting opinions that I can provide to a conversation. Otherwise, we will also be looking at doing a book club type of video, since I do have a number of books that I've been reading from the Warhammer lore, and I do want to give some quick summaries and whether or not they're actually worth reading and getting for your own collection. So stay tuned, plenty more things to happen. I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas. I hope you're going to have a wonderful Happy New Year. And I guess for now, until next time, take care, folks.